Hey gamers, Maniac here with GameAccess.net doing a new site how-to. For those of you guys who have Xbox 360 Slims, you're probably curious on how to get the most out of it. The cool thing was that even though the Xbox 360 Slims at launch had offerings of 4GB models and 250GB models, that's not true so much anymore. If you're running low on space, even if you've got yourself a 250GB model, Xbox now has a brand new larger capacity hard drive for your Slim. And on top of that, there is a way to upgrade the size of your hard drive in your Xbox 360 and still retain all of the save games, DLC, downloadable content, and Xbox Live Arcade games that you've had without the need of having to re-download them. All you need to do is to buy an Xbox 360 320 gig hard drive. Now, this hard drive I got right here is sold pretty much anywhere. I got this one at GameStop. It's $130 US brand new. It comes in this type of packaging. You'll notice it has a little Lego Star Wars 3 sticker on it. I think this is the last season's package. Last season actually did offer Lego Star Wars 3 with the hard drives. Now I think the new ones offer Ms.Splosion Man as well as another Xbox Live Arcade game, I think. So whatever you see on the label, pick what you got. Be aware, this is what the packaging for the Slim hard drive looks like. Take a good look at it. Take a good look at the drive itself. Since I did a video last season on how to upgrade the hard drive in your Xbox 360 Slim, a lot of people wrote comments about getting drives that didn't work, and they thought that they missed a step or something like that, when it turned out that they were actually getting fake or fraudulent or modded drives from third-party people who didn't make them right or something, or just defective drives. If your drive packaging, if you buy, be wary of what you buy online. If you're buying something and it doesn't look like this brand and it says that it's new, return it and get your money back immediately, because it's probably most likely a fake drive that's not going to work anyway. So this is what the packaging looks like. This is what you should be looking out for. You're going to need something else, however. Now, again, when you guys saw that I did that transfer video last season, you can check it out on my YouTube channel, for how to take an old hard drive from an original Model 1 Xbox 360 and transfer all the data to a Slim. I used this cable, which is the same cable that used to come on the larger capacity Xbox 360 Model 1 hard drives back in the day. This one came out of a 120 gigabyte hard drive. It was packaged along with it. This isn't going to work, unfortunately. Since we're going to be working exclusively with Slim hard drives now, we're going to need to use a hard drive transfer cable that's compatible with the Slim. And unfortunately, this particular model cable only has a bit for a Model 1 Xbox 360 hard drive. It doesn't work on Slim hard drives. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to trade this into GameStop or something and try to get a few bucks from it, because it's not going to work for a Slim hard drive. You're going to have to buy a Xbox 360 updated hard drive transfer cable. These cost $20 US brand new. This is the packaging it comes in. I'll crack this thing open in just a minute so you can get a better look at it. But these will work on both Model 1 and Slim Xbox 360s. So if you're buying one new right now and you want to either transfer a Model 1 Xbox hard drive or a Slim Xbox hard drive to a new Slim, this is the cable that you want. It will work no matter what. Now that we got all that out of the way, what do you say we crack these things open and see how to do this, shall we? I put my 360 on this shelf just so you guys would have a better chance of seeing it. Hopefully you guys can see this pretty clearly. My controller, I'll just get that out of the way. Before you do anything, since we're going to be screwing around with the internal mechanics of this thing, just for safety's sake, here, unplug it. You know, don't have it plugged into the power brick for right now. It's fine being powered off. The next thing you're going to want to do is on this side of the unit, and I don't know if you can see it too well, there's a little latch. I showed you guys this latch on the on my previous video on how to upgrade the Slim hard drive. And as you can see here, there's a little bit of a separated square. I don't know if you guys can see it that well, but there's a little bit of a separated square here on the side panel. The trick is to push the side panel towards the front in like this kind of motion, and then just pull the whole panel forward. There's no depression needed. There's nothing like that needed. Just the whole panel just doesn't slide. It just like pops right off. I think that was a latch that just simply holds it in place. Now, as you can see here, it exposes the Xbox internal hard drive slot. As I said, this only works on Slims, so only use this on a Slim. This won't work for a Model 1. As you can see here, there's a little tab that says there's a 250 gigabyte hard drive in here, which is true, there is. You're going to want to remove that, and what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to remove it by the tab, if it will come out. There it goes. That's why the tab is there. I've had some, this is what a 250 gigabyte hard drive looks like. If you've got yourself a 250 gigabyte, this is what we're going to be upgrading. If you've got yourself only a 4 gigabyte Xbox 360, this drive bay will be open. In which case, all you got to do is just take the 320 gigabyte hard drive and slide it right in that socket and then close up the panel. You won't need to do anything else. But since we've got ourselves a hard drive already, all of my data is in here. It's not inside the internal mechanics. I think on a 4 gigabyte hard drive, on a 4 gigabyte Slim, all the data is inside the internal works here. I think there's some solid state data in here that will keep your data. But since all the data is in here instead, we're going to have to do a transfer. So if you got yourself a 4 gigabyte, just stick the 320 in here and close it up. You'll be good. If you've got one of these, then we're going to have to do an extra step. So stay tuned. Now that we got the old hard drive out, we're going to put in the new hard drive. This is just simplify the process. We got the package open, and this is the 320 gigabyte hard drive right here. Please note what the packaging looks like. You can see the Xbox 360 branding on the packaging, as well as the 320 gigabyte tab that is in here. You can also see some serial numbers and things like that as well. But this is basically what this looks like. If your drive that you purchase looks anything like this, or comes in any other type of storage capacity other than 320 gigabytes or 250 gigabytes, you likely have a fraudulent drive. And my advice is to just simply return it immediately. Now, that's not to say Microsoft may eventually release a larger capacity one of these drives, but as of this video's production, and please check the airing date on it, only 2 drives exist for the Xbox 360 Slim, this one or that one, and 4 gigabyte is internal. So we're going to take this tab outwards, make sure the tab stays outwards, and we're going to slide this new drive into the same place where the 250 gigabyte drive was. It will click in place, as you can hear. To put the panel back on, line up on the sides, the tabs, and then just push it towards until it locks in place. Whatever you do, don't slide into it or else the thing will get jammed. And you'll need a knife to pry it back off. I just learned that one the hard way. Okay, we got the new hard drive inside the Xbox 360. But what about the data for people who had 250 gigabyte hard drives that want to put them on the new 320 gig hard drive? That's what this is for. This is the new hard drive transfer cable. It's got 2 outputs in it. It's compatible with both Model 1 Xbox 360 hard drives and the new Slim Xbox 360 hard drives. It's got protective covers for one or the other, so you don't have to worry about scuffing this thing up if you put it in storage. I removed the cover from the front here, but as you can see, it's got very similar connections to a SATA drive, which is exactly the kind of connections that the Slim has. It uses a different type of connection than a regular SATA drive, at least the Model 1 does. That would be right here. But for what we're going to do, we're going to connect this transfer cable to this hard drive by simply taking the back of this and the front of this, which we've already removed like I said, we've already removed the protective cover from this, and interlocking them together like so. If I can make sure to line these up properly, we'll only go in one way. It's this way. There it goes. And that's what the hard drive is supposed to look like. That's the connection. Once you've got this taken care of, all you have to do is just plug in the USB connection right here. And the Slims have plenty of those. So just take any free USB connection, so long it's not a auxiliary connection for the Kinect. Just simply plug it into the back of the unit. That should provide power and data. And now we're ready to go. Now you're not going to need, if you've got yourself a Slim, you're not going to need any special firmware update or if you've got a Slim, you're not going to need a firmware update or any special software. If you're using a Model 1 Xbox 360 for this, you will need to do a special software update before all of this happens, so that you'll have the data transfer program built into your dashboard or something like that. I think that's where it is. So make sure that you have the most recent version of the Xbox 360 dashboard installed into your Model 1. However, and I know this for the fact, a brand new Slim out of the box will have a data transfer program already built into it. I think Microsoft intentionally knew that people were going to want to do data transfers to the Slims when they first hit the market. So that program is already available. There's no need to update it until after you've done a data transfer. Grab yourself a spare controller and turn on the 360. As you can see from this connection, this will pop up. It says transfer cable detected. Do you want to transfer content now? Tell it you want to transfer the data to the console. That's the data that will be transferred. And as you can see, that's the destination hard drive right there. Everything will be transferred, including your profiles, any demos you have, videos, themes, that sort of thing. That sort of thing. Anything like that, basically. Simply just tell it to start. And as you can see, it will start immediately. Now, this is important to know. You're going to want to have a Coke while this is going on, because this will take a while. And as you can see here, you may need to transfer licenses on content. I am definitely going to need to do that, but in all honesty, it's to the same hard drive. So, I'm sorry, it's to the same console. So I don't believe that I'm going to need to do any DRM license transfer or something like that, because I will be transferring to the exact same console. If I was transferring to a new console or something along those lines, then I would need to do what it says here, which is the xbox.com/DRM update. But until then, guys, I'm going to go have a Coke and wait for this to finish up. So let's just pause here and we'll resume later. Now, this is important to know. When you do this data transfer, it removes all of the original data that was transferred from the original hard drive. So it doesn't copy anything. It literally will transfer and then erase. Transfer and then erase. Anything that it can't transfer, like it won't transfer save data backups, things like that. So if you've done any game installations from your disks, that won't transfer, because, let's face it, it'd be faster just to do a transfer from the disk itself, just reinstall it from the disk. But it will transfer all of your game backups, your DLCs. There's some incompatibilities and things like that. In particular, I heard the Alan Wake DLC won't transfer, or if it does, it will break. Nothing that really can be done about that, short of just re-download the Alan Wake stuff. That'll still be valid on your Xbox Live account, so just re-download that data. Any data that won't transfer or doesn't transfer properly, just re-download it from Xbox Live.